In this lesson, we're working on some stuff in the style of Chuck Berry and a little bit of T-Bone Walker. And the idea is that we're taking some really stock licks and we're learning how to play them in time, in eighth notes and in triplets. The Chuck Berry stuff is real repetitive. The T-Bone Walker stuff, not so much, but we're going to work it in a way that all of this stuff is repetitive enough that you can feel it with the click. With the Chuck Berry licks, we're going to start with triplets. We're going to start by bending the 7th fret on the 3rd string a whole step. And then the next two notes are going to be on the 5th fret on the 2nd and 1st strings. So we have this repetitive 3-note pattern. Now if we turn on the metronome, and I've got my metronome set to 60 beats a minute, I'll think 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, or you can think just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the bend is going to be on the click. The other option on this one is instead of playing those two notes individually, you can do them as a double stop. So we're going to get the first variation on this is going to be kind of how Chuck Berry does it in a tune like Johnny Be Good. He'll play this group of 3, but he's playing eighth notes. So what happens is that we have the first 2 notes are in the first beat, 1 and, or 1 and then 2 is going to be that 3rd note of the pattern, and then it repeats, but it's going to repeat on the and of 2. And the beginning of the phrase is going to alternate between downbeat and upbeat. All right, so we just want to think 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and like that. And the idea with that is just to keep it steady and not know if you're playing triplets or eighth notes. You can even in Johnny Be Good, all right, he's actually sliding into it instead of doing this. Other tunes, and also later in the tune he'll do the bend, but for right now we have the bend version of it, which people use a lot. If you wanted to, you could just do this as 1 and 2 and like that, or as the triplet version of it. The T-Bone Walker lick we're going to do in triplets kind of slow, and I'm going to show you the basic version of it. This is not exactly out of one of the T-Bone Walker tunes, it's kind of in the style of. We'll get to some different variations on it in a second. But keep in mind I'm playing triplets. The first group of 3 is just like the Chuck Berry, 1 triplet. And it's great if you can take these ideas and just beat them up 1 beat at a time. So that's the first beat, and then that's going to be the 2nd beat. So it's going to be 8 and 2, or I'm sorry, 8 and 5 on the 2nd string, and then the 7 on the 1st string. Now, if we're looking at a pentatonic scale, on the 1st string we usually don't have that 7th fret, we have the 8th fret. Right, but this is nice. This is kind of the T-Bone Walker, Charlie Christian, Chuck Berry thing. You also see Stevie Ray Vaughan do it a lot, where they play these items, and it works real nice. It's a little bit more specific to the chord and less to the scale. All right, so this 2nd beat, and then if we take the first 2 beats. This is going to be the 3rd beat, so it's the 1st string, 5th fret, and then 8 and 5 on the 2nd string. That's the first 3 beats. And then the last beat of this is going to be this bend. Right? Now keep in mind, when we do bends in this stuff, a lot of my students have problems where every bend kind of sounds the same. It's a physical movement as opposed to an articulation between two notes. With this bend, in order to make a triplet, the three notes we're playing are going to be E, D, and C. But we bend to the E from the D. So the 7th fret goes up a whole step, one triplet. So get used to that, and then we put it all together. You can just repeat that, it's just one whole measure. Now, realistically, when I play something like this, I'll usually do it at double speed. So I'll think of them as 2 groups of 3 per beat, or a sextuplet. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, like that. All right, and then the next thing, the alteration that we're going to give, that's going to be a little bit more Stevie Ray Vaughan, is when he does this. We'll go back to the triplets. He actually puts that trill in there. So you have the first 2 beats, but on beat 3, we have this. So you're going 5 and 7. It's like a 16th note triplet. And then the rest of the 8th note triplet is going to be 8 and 5. So just get that under your fingers. And then put it in place of the beat 3 from the previous example. Alright, and then the Stevie Ray Vaughan will actually take it, instead of doing, he'll actually, and that's the 9 right there, he'll play the flat 9. So you get a little bit different. And then you'll hear that. I believe he does that a lot in Texas Flood and a lot of the slower blues. So there you go. So that's the quick version of it.